I guess this new Alyssa Mercante here, new
Oh
person.
gosh, she's
Sorry.
back.
Alyssa
Why?
Mercante has
Yeah,
been
Mercante is
back
back.
in the thing, complaining about people. But I have spoken to someone who knows every single major grifter who has gotten popular in the last 10 months. And they all say the same thing. They never acted like this until they started to get.
The hell?
The fuck is that?
I don't know.
That is Meg calling us in Discord.
Well, what? I think Meg accidentally hit the eject button.
She bopped out. Well, she's out of state, out of country, whatever. She's somewhere.
Yeah.
She can come back, I guess. Oh, there she is. Let's pop her back up here.
Sorry.
You're
See,
fine.
this is what happens when you
fine.
stream on a potato. So
we're sitting here going, "What the fuck is that?" And it's like Meg is calling us in Discord.
yeah, I was trying to zoom in because I'm looking at my tiny little phone and I'm trying to read what this loser said. Okay, there we
I'll
go.
help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And they say the same thing. They never acted like this until they started to get a moniker of internet clout. The person you're giving hundreds of dollars to is playing off your insecurities to secure the bag. You're a mark.
Okay.
And here's what I've got to say to Alyssa. We have been talking about these things for years. Just because nobody was paying attention to us
doesn't mean
they're still not paying attention to me. But we have been talking about
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
For years. I know, right?
The thing is that, so what she's assuming is that somehow this is fooling people into what? And I'm just like, so the thing is that these people are saying something that resonates with people who are giving the money. And this insults her how? Like, oh, well, they didn't
Steve's
really
not
mean
getting
it.
the money.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that I'm just like, well, the thing is that when someone's doing something that you like, that's when you reward them, and when they do things that you don't like, that's when you don't reward them. So if they're saying things that I like, I will give them dollary dues. If they don't really mean it, I don't care. I'm not with them in the wee small hours of the morning. I do not care at all about any of that. I'm like, oh, you said something that I like. Here's a tip for you, my dude, because of the fact that I like the thing that you just said. Continue saying those things, and if he continues saying those things, then he will continue getting dollary dues. If I am so inclined and still have those dollary dues, which I don't because it's Christmas. But
yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, but the thing is that this is and the thing is that there's one guy I listened to, Hypnotic, and he was like, these people always somehow it always comes down to money. It's never about ideology. It's never about like what you actually think or anything. They'll call you names, but at the bottom of it, they get really pissed off about money. That's the thing that really really focus
that's why
on.
I said what I said.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really really interesting though. They are so fixated on the dollary dues, which proves that this is actually a grift to them. Whether or not it's a grift to people who some of us pay attention to or not is not really the point. The thing is that these people are grifters. Yeah.
It's projection. So here's the problem.
Oh, good one.
Mercante here failed.
You like saying that, don't you?
Failed as a grifter.
Yeah.
So she sees everybody who succeeded.
Hello.
Yeah, just ignore me. I'm trying to bring up some stuff real quick.
So she failed
and it's on her grift. I couldn't get it to stop doing shit.
I've been there. But other people who are talking about stuff, but on the flip side, oh God, really? You're going to bring that? I better not say that.
Anyway, so yeah, these grifters probably have been talking about it as long as I have, right? And here we go, videos dating back 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Zoe Quinn and shit.
Yep.
Zoe Quinn Chronicles. The DMCA nut jobs at Sony and all them stuff, like Naughty Dog over here. Like 4 years back, 2 years back. We've been talking. I was making a point while you guys were rambling, but yeah. So
rambling.
We've been talking about this for years.
I'll have you know we were making fantastic points.
I have a playlist like the Bethesda Chronicles here and the Blizzard Chronicles that just hyper focus on Bethesda and Blizzard's nonsense. Going back 6 fucking years, for crying out loud.
Yeah, back when he wasn't so fat.
Yeah, I was definitely not as fat then. But
At
but
least you
yeah,
got
like
hair. I mean, oof.
I still have my hair at least. Yeah, WoW player housing, BitChute gets canceled. Stadia, Rule 34. Microsoft, Atari, all sorts of things here. The
Yeah.
I
death
think
of
this is.
Mixer.
I
Like,
don't think
we've
that
been
this
talking
actually.
about this shit for years, guys.
Yeah, I don't think that this is actually even supposed to convince anyone. This is wailing into the wind, and this is copium. This is
Yep.
so that their side feels okay. Oh, these people are making all this money. Yeah, but they don't really mean it. And all the people who listen to them are just stupid. They're just gullible. And this makes
Oh,
them
yeah.
feel good about themselves. Oh, well, we're smarter than those people. So if you listen to them, that's just because you're stupid. No, it's because I concur with what they said. I'm not going to go and do a backlog check on all of that stuff. Maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they're lying right now. Don't care. What they said right now actually resonates, and they will get support as long as they say things that actually resonate and are true. I don't care
And
what
that
they actually mean. That's between them and Jesus.
and that's the thing though. A lot of these people, they bring up things like
Hmm.
this. Like right now, I'm sure multiple people made a video talking about this specific thing, showed this tweet, and then
Hmm.
probably brought up examples where they had been talking about this prior to 10 months.
Oh yeah, 10 months ago, bro.
Yeah,
What are
like
you new? Like,
Yeah.
she is. Yes, she is. She is very new at this because she inserted herself about 10 months ago into this whole
oh,
debacle.
the world didn't start until she noticed it.
That's
Oh my
right. When
gosh, this
Yeah.
she
is.
noticed it, the world finally started spinning. Everything was new. We were all just born,
Nothing
and
happened before her birth
nothing
date.
happened before her birthday of that. All that good jazz because she's one of those narcissists.
You know
Yep.
what? This is actually a problem that you have in a lot of modern movies too, where basically nothing happens until the camera's on those characters. Like a lot of
Yeah.
times you'll go, "Wait, what were these people doing? Like they were off camera, but they still had to be doing things." It's like, no, they were frozen in molasses all this time. It makes
Oh
no
yeah.
sense.
Don't you
But
know it?
this
If
is
the
how these.
camera's not on you, you just freeze.
Yeah, and this is how these people think. Nobody exists unless I notice them. Nobody has their
Yeah.
own thoughts. Nobody. Everything is in the context of me
I
and
mean,
my noticing.
you know, Total Biscuit, God rest his soul. We may differ tremendously politically. He
Hmm.
was fighting these very same people like Alyssa Mercante years ago.
Yeah.
Long, long before she was, just a twinkle in anybody's eyes that should have gotten swallowed instead. He was talking about the same, very same shit. The ethics of games journalism and how unethical these fuckers are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these
Gamergate
these are
won.
these
Yes.
are just these are just empty vessels, honestly. They're
Yep.
they're I mean, honest, I'm not a huge proponent of therapy in general. Usually I'm kind of like of the walk it off variety, but yeah, these people actually need some sort of intervention. Like maybe somebody to just like yell at them like maybe you
They
should
need a
grow up
drug.
and it's not all about you. But I mean, but I think that at this point they're not going to come to they're not going to come to Jesus
Oh,
on their
look,
own. Like they actually need to have divine intervention.
they don't need
So,
therapy. They need a drill sergeant. Is what they need.
No,
well,
and
yes, but that is therapeutic. The
actually,
it is to, you know, recontextualize the way that they view life because
Yeah.
of the fact that currently it is wrong, and it's going to lead to no good things, not just for them but for society as a whole, because of the fact that they're poisoned. So I mean, you could say, okay, well, it doesn't matter because it's not me, but the thing is, like, this poison is still in the well and we still have to share a society with them. They're still speaking into the world a lot of nonsense, a lot of poison. Now, to be fair, it does kind of let us like all gather together and laugh at them, and it makes us stronger and our bonds are stronger because, we can share a common
Yeah,
enemy.
and
But
that's why I called her that because I know what she did to JT.
oh
now,
my gosh,
what we
dude.
never did
But
talk
I mean,
about,
to be
because I forgot
fair, I
to add
mean,
it,
this
but
this is kind of a what you meant for evil has been used for good kind of thing.
yeah,
I
like
mean, Keith's
this,
gotten so much notice because of her shenanigans.
Yeah,
oh,
This,
yeah, like
JT definitely earned it too.
but
yeah,
she has filed a lawsuit against him.
it's
And
so funny.
remember how she was like she wasn't fired from who was it? Kotaku? Is that where she
Kotaku,
was
Yeah,
from?
yeah. Yeah.
It turns out she was, and now she
Yeah.
blames JT for it.
I was
And it's one of those things because she files this lawsuit. It
No
breaks
self-reflection.
at around the same
None.
time as she's saying she wasn't fired and all this other stuff, and claiming that she wasn't. That she files this lawsuit,
and then she learned what discovery was.
And it shows that she was, and she blames JT for it. And it's like what?
It was 54 pages of wah. And and the thing is that most of it is refuted or disproven in some way, shape, or form by her own tweets.
Yeah,
which you know that these people have archived.
Which is what they've all done too, right?
Oh yeah, they've archived it. They've got it in their own videos.
Here,
it's
JT
so funny.
And several of other people who have been following this religiously and talking about it. They just show her tweets and talk about it.
And it's hilarious. Yeah.
And she's filed a lawsuit claiming that he's tortiously interfering with her everything as a result, essentially, and defaming her. And it's like, they're your words. In fact, recently, I think she purged a good chunk of her social media along with several others. Like, straight up purged it. And it's like, right now, you're in the middle of a lawsuit, which means, and it's directly related to your Twitter and everything else, right?
Yeah.
You should not be purging that, because I am pretty sure there is probably an order for you to preserve evidence at this moment.
Well, it absolutely
because
makes
they're just
going to
bring it up and show it. And it's like, oh, and by the way, she also purged it from her feed to make it harder to find, but we've already got it archived.
Also, by the way, she's probably going to be held in contempt for that. Because she purged her social media while in a court case. And
and there's this too. The fact that her address gets redacted from all the forums.
Yeah. But she publishes
ludicrous,
his.
But publishes his.
Yeah.
Knowing
that her side
as the basis of the lawsuit, but such information will be revealed in the court and camera. It's just like, what? Like, I don't.
These are people who have been who are.
I don't think that should be illegal, or that should be legal.
I don't think it is.
Totally honest. I think if you are doing a lawsuit, your information, unless you were such a high priority, figure or something. I don't know. Even that, if you are a high priority, your information's probably long out there. It doesn't really matter at that point, right?
Well, here's the thing. If you're going to redact one, redact the other.
But if you're going to redact one, you should redact the other for the exact same reason at that point.
Yeah.
I think that should be like a law at this point, because the fact that you can actually file a lawsuit and have a motion and just redact your own thing without the motion, right? Yeah. Because what is it here? 27 plaintiff Alyssa Mercante is a resident of New York. Blah blah blah.
Explains everything.
Alyssa Mercante's address is redacted herein due to threats made against her as the basis of this lawsuit, and it's like that should not be allowed to be filed.
Does she have any evidence of threats against her life? I mean, other than just people being.
Does. She
I haven't seen any. Though.
I think she was one of the ones who did it, but it was one of those you could just go and make that up yourself right now, because I think we did it on stream with one of them.
Yeah,
because it was like from this rando, and it's like,
I
just sent myself a death threat. Hey, guys, I got a death threat from Alyssa Mercante here.
Yeah, there's websites where you can take
that. And stuff like that, and it was just there was nothing credible.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's provided no evidence of any of these things, which makes me think that
this was apparently in the lawsuit too.
Yeah,
about how he's defaming her by saying that.
She's the one that said it.
All he did was quote her.
Yeah,
and
then make jokes about it.
I agree with her. It's probably the only time.
Or not, like, I get that.
How dare he believe me?
I honestly take that as a joke, because it is a joke, right? Everybody with a mind would take that as a joke. But when you do that, and then your joke is used against you, I mean, you wrote it.
I mean,
I mean, she's the one who said that she did sex work. She's the one who said that
she may have actually done it.
Well, no, and the thing is that even in this
Well,
this
how do you think she got the
54
job?
even in this 54-page wine fest of nonsense, she actually said, "Oh well, I mean, I did some sort of sex work, but it wasn't, you know, hardcore or anything. It was something like pictures of some porn, and they were tasteful and everything." I'm like, based on what you've said, what you've put out there into the world, whether or not you're joking or just being very flippant about it, is irrelevant. He can only go off of what information you have put out there. What you've put out there is, I was a sex worker, and then you say I sucked dick. Those are the things that you said. That's all he knows. So he's going to take that as
Well,
gospel. You cannot blame him for
okay.
believing you.
To be fair, though,
Mm-hmm.
we all seen her suck dick as a Kotaku editor.
I thought she blew, but whatever.
Oh gosh, is that the
Inhale,
actual
exhale,
lawyer?
whatever.
Is that the lawyer? That's the lawyer.
Yes,
That's
it
her
is.
lawyer. Wow.
Yes, it is.
Man, they really letting anybody pass that bar now, ain't they? That bar is below the ground.
Yeah, it's like apparently JT has declared that Kotaku to be everything wrong with the video game industry. Listen,
And
I'm sure I have said it in the past, something similar to that, because I've talked about Kotaku in past videos way back when. But yes, Kotaku is one of the things that is everything that is wrong with the video game industry. I'm sorry, but
yeah,
it's true. Like
it's absolutely
Kotaku, and those other ones, the
IGN.
Mary Sue, IGN, and several of those other
There's one like
gaming rags,
called Pink, I
they
think.
are absolutely everything that is wrong with gaming, because for for the longest time, it's like you can't even get any. Gosh, what was it? It's like you get a paragraph about what the actual thing's supposed to be about, and then 7 about TDS or some bullshit.
Yeah, it's
Right?
basically
It's like,
a 7 paragraphs of their social sciences dissertation, and then 1 paragraph about, oh yeah, the game's kind of fun. It's useless, and actually pisses me off. I'm like, you waste my time. I literally just want to know about this game, and you've told me nothing except about who you are, and I don't care.
There was a company that did an article using just like ChatGPT, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can't remember what company it was. I think it might have been IGN, but I'm not for sure. And
Okay.
they saw that the reader, their reader thing went up. They got more traction using AI than they did these numbnuts.
Well,
This
yeah,
should tell you
AI.
everything.
Yeah, AI is at least neutrally annoying, as opposed to.
Speaking of GPT, I was curious. I told it to write me an article about Alyssa Mercante real quick.
Okay.
Did you give it any framework?
No, I just said, write me an article about Alyssa Mercante just to see what it would pull up. So this is what we've got so far. This is Alyssa Mercante by ChatGPT. Alyssa Mercante is a journalist and editor renowned for her contributions to the video game industry. She earned her MA in Modern and Contemporary Literature from Newcastle University in 2016. Newcastle University citation. Following her graduation, Mercante relocated to Brooklyn, New York, where she began her career in gaming's journalism. She joined Kotaku, a leading gaming and media website, eventually rising to the position of senior editor. During her tenure, she specialized in gaming, televisions, and entertainment content, with a particular focus on reviews and popular series such as Netflix's The Witcher. Her work has been featured in notable outlets including Quartz, Rolling Stones, and Jezebel. Wow, Jezebel's another.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the worst.
In November 2024, Mercante announced her departure from Kotaku after 2 years of senior editor role. She expressed gratitude for the editorial team and indicated that the decision was made prior to any announced layoffs at the company. She also hinted at an upcoming project, stating, I have some things coming down the pike, so keep your eyes peeled. Throughout her career, Mercante has been an active voice in the gaming community, engaging in discussion on various platforms. She maintains a presence on social media, including Instagram, where she shares her personal insights and experience. Mercante contributes have been recognized within the industry, and she continues to influence gaming journalism through her work and commentary. Oh gosh, that was hard to read.
See, the thing is though that was benign. It was
That
wrong.
was that was pretty benign.
It was wrong, but it was benign. The thing is that was what
And
I was saying, is that
that
AI is not
article
full
is
of.
way better than anything that Kotaku would have written.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not seeping with disdain and hatred for a
Now,
certain sector
write
of the
it in
populace.
the style of Kotaku. I wonder if it would change it.
Ooh.
It might talk more about her activism and how she's able to see subtext and nuance in whatever, and the fights she's had with gamers maybe, but I don't know. The thing is that AI can only get what's actually out there in written form, and AI is going to glean from things that are quote unquote trusted sources, and trusted sources would not be necessarily what's actually out there, which we know to be the
All
truth.
right, so
Oh
now
my
I
gosh.
asked it to write it in the style of Kotaku.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
So we get a look back at her impactful career in journalism. That's the title of this thing.
Hmm.
It didn't even give me a title for the first one. Let's see. From literature to the gaming grind, the Kotaku years, what's next, why she
Uh,
matters.
uh,
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, we absolutely could use ChatGPT to write articles for Kotaku, guys.
That are less insufferable than Kotaku
yeah.
by
And
itself.
we could do it in their style.
Yeah.
That seems like a Kotaku article right there, just how they would write it too.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that the difference between the reason that you want to have a human being is because of the fact that there is nuance in the way that we approach things. We have separate little things with idioms, but the thing is that the more that we get into this woke stuff where people pretend that they don't know what words mean so that they can actually try to twist what you actually
They
mean,
gaslight
or
you.
or gaslight you into believing something else, well then in
Yeah.
that case it's better to just have chat GPT. The one boon of having a human being is because of the fact that we understand subtext.
Hear that, localizers?
But when they're
Yeah.
wiping all of that out, then you're actually worse than just having an overly literal version of everything, basically having Drax do all of this stuff for you. It's ridiculous. I'm done, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway,
Next.
so Alyssa Mercante, for everyone who was interested,